there have been too many sensational figures floating around on the, the casualties, the missing and the dead. So once and for all, on the record, could you, make that clear?
You see, the bodies could not be, extracted. They are under debris in the entire route from Kedarnath to Gaurikund. We did do our best. The officers went there of the NDRF and the army and the civil administration to cremate the bodies. We cremated them with full Hindu rites. The bodies which were visible, they were around about 500 to 600. That was the bodies which were visible. But then, with the nature of flood and the debris, one could not pinpoint the exact number of those who expired. After this calamity, the state governments helped me, and they sent their officers here, and they also found out from their travel agencies as to how many people had moved from the state towards Uttarakhand. Now, each state government has given me a figure now. Nearly a month has passed. Based on the figures which have been given to me by the state governments, and the review which we have made of the village-wise position, the exact figure as of now which has been committed to me is about 5,300 people missing. Now 5,300 people missing since last 1 month. The presumption would be that perhaps there are no more.
You have been widely criticized, by different segments and parties for bad handling of the disaster, almost to suggest that the army handled it all single-handedly and the government was inactive.
First of all, when such a calamity strikes you, what is the concept of government? The government is the central government, the state government, the army, which is a part of the system, the municipal corporations, the Gram Panchayat. The government means all those who are governing.
Sure.
Now, in such a calamity, if you segregate the role of each and every aspect, that what did the Nagar Palika do, what did the state government do, I think that's not fair. Secondly, you see, the response, it takes time for you to respond to such a calamity. Even if there's a war, it takes time for you to reply and to strengthen yourself, even if you are an army. Now, my only advantage was that the army is already placed here. The ITBP is placed in this state.
Yeah.
So, immediately after this incident of 17th, all the agencies sat together. It is the state government which invites the army, or which requests the army. And then the army acts under the guise of the state government.
Okay.
Now, the Ministry of Home, the state government, the NDRF, the ITBP, the Border Road Organization, the Air Force, all of them, we sat together. And then you had to have an action plan because the entire route was cut off. You couldn't go by foot. And the weather was so bad, it was raining so heavily, cats and dogs, that even the choppers could not go. So this is the 1 or 2 days in which the administration and the army had to have a joint operation. That it took us 24 hours to reach people at Kedarnath. But a number of people were evacuated safely from Kedarnath. Those who were swept away or died, those casualties we could not save. In fact, nobody could have saved. I have lost 57 of my own men who were the officers. They were lady officers. There were policemen there. There were members of the temple committees. We have lost a lot. So when there is a calamity, casualties do take place. But we did ensure that those who were left, they did not die. We evacuated them safely.
Sure.
And I don't take the credit. And there's no question of browning points here. In such a calamity, whatever you do, there will always be a feeling that something more could have been done.
How would you respond to people who are saying that, very crucial warnings were ignored?
That is one aspect which I would like to clear.
Yeah.
There's a myth. You see, rains and heavy rainfall, these predictions always take place. They are always there in hills.
Right.
Now, a heavy rainfall, what do you do if there's a heavy rainfall? First, it is not area specific. It is not city specific. It is not district specific.
Sure.
Heavy rains in Uttarakhand. It's a very general prediction. Now, what do I do? People will not move out of the house. You can stop people of movements. That warning did come to us, and on the 15th and 16th, heavy rainfall predicted in Uttarakhand. Even these days, if you kindly go to the map, it says heavy rainfall.
Yeah.
Now people are used, people who are living in the hills are used to it. There was no prediction of any cloudburst. There was no prediction of a very, very heavy rainfall of 300 millimeters at Kedarnath or at a particular place. Now what the state government did, my chief secretary, on the 16th he gives a press release that heavy rains are expected, please be cautious, please don't drive in the hills and keep a watch on the weather. He gave that statement. On the 16th, they give us a warning again at about 2:30 it was. I will not say that it was a Sunday, and there was already flash floods in Dehradun. So the entire administration was working protecting the areas which are low-lying areas in Dehradun. Now again he said, warning, heavy rainfall in Uttarakhand. I think that was not enough. And if there was real seriousness, the gentleman should have picked up a telephone. I'm not enjoying any issue with him. He should have immediately called the chief secretary. If he had more information with regard to the calamity which was in the offing, he should have picked up a telephone. And sir, look here, please, it's not a mere prediction, take it seriously. And I think the administration would have had little time, but something would have been done. We have stopped all the chopper services to Kedarnath for 2 days because of this prediction of bad weather. You see, now it's a time that we installed Doppler radars, which can show the formation of the clouds, and that be very specific.
Sure.
I was flying in a helicopter. It had the Doppler system, and he explained it to me. They could see the cloud formation and the density of the clouds. If I put up the Doppler radar, will take 2 years before it can become effective. That's why I'm saying we have to have a Himalayan authority, and the entire Himalayas have to be now covered by a system of warning which is very specific. I think when we raised this issue that it was not area specific. Now the Met Department is telling us heavy rains in Kumaon, that's the region. Heavy rains in Nainital. Now at least we know where we have to concentrate. In a huge, vast state like this, heavy rainfall in Uttarakhand. What do? I say please evacuate, please get out of Uttarakhand. We have to have a better coordination with the Met Department, and I think the Met Department also requires better equipment for a precise prediction.
But there are government officials who state that this incident will take the state back in time 10 years?
Well,
so a decade?
Well, I don't think so that it will take us back 10 years. But yes, we have received a shock, and a tremendous shock and a setback. And we have to find out other ways as to how to sustain the economy till my tourism is back on its rail. The first thing we have done is already 3 dhams will open from September. We have given a lot of compensation to the people who have suffered the loss of agriculture fields, the loss of their animals, the livestock, their hotels, their houses. The amount of compensation which I am paying in the event of death is 5 lakhs, highest ever paid by any state. I am compensating even those people who do not fall within the ambit of the disaster relief rules. So we have increased the ambit also, and even hotels, commercial properties, commercial activities, even dhabas, they were not covered under because they are termed as a commercial activity.
Sure.
But I have covered everybody. We are compensating them now. Manrega is coming to my rescue. The Mahatma Gandhi Gramin Yojana. Now the villagers, we are asking them to get some work done on the Manrega from which they can earn their livelihood, and that is by cleaning the roads. The road connectivity is snapped. We don't have metal road in the hills, but because of the slush, the approach roads from one village to another village have been obstructed.
Sure.
So we are saying we are permitting them. You clean your own road, clean your own fields, and you will get paid by Manrega.
Okay.
So there will be a livelihood program which we will be doing, and also the Government of India Ministry of Poverty Elimination has given us some scheme by which the women can earn also and get some skill development programs.